Stadium. It is a hot Friday evening as we start the July 4th weekend. Fans filing in the Yankee Stadium. We'll do a fireworks show after the game. Let's take a look at the Twins starting lineup against that man. Garrett Cole, Larnach, Lee, and Clemens at the top. Bell, Lewis, Caratini in the middle. Kreidler, Gray, and Keishel at the bottom of the order. Larnach has really been hot last 13 games. Garrett Cole, this will be his 8th start. You see his numbers. Larnach is ready. Cole is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch is fouled away, and we're underway. Let's take a look at the Nissan pitcher scouting report, Paul.
Well, 5 of 7. Talking about his starts this year. First 5 really good. 2-1 with a 1.96 ERA. And then the last couple he's really struggled. If they can turn it back tonight. Moving up, talking about his fastball. His fastball velocity's been up 96.7 average compared to back in 2024 before the surgery was 95.9. So you got to look at location there and good history. He's really owned the Twins, including a 5-0 career record.
1-2 on Larnach. Twins are 42 and 46. Quick scouting report on them. They can score. They don't have great pitching, but they can score. They're 6th in the big leagues in runs per game, 4.88. Larnach has a 381 on base percentage, 8th best in the American League. And the 1-2. Grounded foul. Give you a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, and we keep a close eye on Jose Caballero, our Car Shield defensive player profile. 5 defensive runs saved this season, and that's 5th among Major League shortstops. He has not been playing a lot of shortstop of late.
I think, truth be known, if you're Aaron Boone, you want him at shortstop, but he had to fill in the voids for all the injuries, getting Grisham back, McMahon back. Now you're able to get guys in the positions you want them to play. That's a good thing.
Strike 3. Larnach punched out.
Well, again, it has not been the velocity on the fastball. This is 97 right there. Kind of digging the chest protector, Mike.
I was just thinking the same thing. Really good looking 4th of July themed chest protector. Here's Brooks Lee. There's a strike. DJ Rayburn is a home plate umpire. James Hoy at first. Sean Barber at second. John Lipka is over at third. Twins have just taken back-to-back series against the Rockies and the Astros. They had a day off in New York yesterday. Ground ball first base. Goldschmidt flips to Cole. 2 away. Check out DJ Rayburn, umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Barely pitcher friendly. He's had 64 calls challenged, 32 overturned, more low strikes on righty batters and more outside strikes on right-handed batters.
You know, Michael, when the challenge came into play, I thought, what's the difference if it's a hitter or a pitcher's umpire? It doesn't really matter. Well, it still does matter because you're not going to challenge every pitch. So if he's swaying one side or the other, it certainly is important.
Here's Cody Clemens, had himself a really good year, 29 years old. He has 14 home runs, 38 runs batted in. Had 3 home runs in his last 6 games.
Part of the success of Minnesota recently with the offense has been with Cody Clemens, 14 home runs on the year. All of a sudden, you got other guys showing up, and they're averaging a lot of over 5 runs a game, which is top 10 in the major leagues. Still can't get over the M's on the helmet, Michael. They're messing me up. They look like Marlins helmets.
Yeah, it does. 1-1. He's got some good velocity. That was 98 miles an hour.
It's a delayed call. I was getting ready for it. It's got balls right there, and then finally we got the sign.
And the 1-2. Cody's seen stuff like this. I'm sure Dad pitched to him.
Well, I know he can hit a split finger, I'm sure, because Rocket features a lot of them late in his career.
He could try to hit a split finger. The 1-2. Foul back. Last year, Cody was DFA'd by the Phillies and traded to Minnesota for cash. And now he has 33 home runs in 186 games with the Twins. 1-2. High fly ball, deep left center, going back. Bellinger still back, looking up. See ya. Home run the other way for Clemens. And the Twins are up 1-0.
Well, that's impressive right there. We've talked about lefties being able to go the other way in Yankee Stadium. I mean, that's Death Valley out there over the StubHub sign, 300, 400 feet away, 399. Stayed with it, like an off-speed pitch. It stayed up in the strike zone. Just hammered it.
Wow, he crushed that. Here's Josh Bell. And a strike.
Yeah, just a hanger right there. And as a lefty, when you're able to cover the outside pitch and you get a hanger, that'll speed your bat up anyway and allow you to drive it, especially on a hot night where the ball is going to carry really well. A knuckle curve. It just had spin, but it had no bite towards the end. The thing it bit right there was the barrel of the bat, Michael.
Fouled away. Ramon Borrego, the third base coach, had to dance out of the way of that. Popped up and out of play.
I think you're going to see a lot of this. You see how Garrett Cole kind of turns his back and walks away from the catcher. It gives you a few extra seconds on that pitch clock, which on a night like this can add up.
.98 outside, 2-2. Missed outside. Well, the Yankees have allowed a first inning run in 7 straight games. Well, they allowed the first run in a game in 7 straight games.
Yeah, when you go through tough times, it's just like every time you look at the scoreboard, you're losing.
That one's drilled down the right field line. Well, Paul, the last time they had a lead in the game was the 4th inning on Thursday in Fenway Park.
We weren't even together then, Michael. That's a long time ago.
Long time. And that was the first game of the 7 in a row they've lost.
I mean, you were doing the game. I mean, you were up in Boston. Did you see this coming at all?
Well, you could see there were some parts that were misfiring, but then when the defense went south, they were in trouble. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Josh Bell. He goes down on strikes. 2 strikeouts for Cole, but a home run by Clemens. Yankees are coming to bat. And Austin Wells will catch and bat 9th. And they're going to face Mike Paredes. You see his numbers, still looking for his first big league victory. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, he's been on the fast track. He wasn't even in Major League camp with the Twins this year, but with all the injuries, now part of the rotation, only his 5th start, and he's all into contact. He only has a 12% strikeout rate, so you'd see a lot of balls in play tonight. Hit to beat them does not walk a lot of guys, only about 8%. And Gasoline Alley, like we're talking about the bullpen, their bullpen is last in the major leagues with a 5.37 ERA. So you get to Paredes, get to the bullpen. Should be a great night.
So here's Trent Grisham. He is back after missing 18 games. And Paul, I did miss one lead they had. They had a lead on Sunday in extra innings.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So within 9 innings. regulation. High pop-up. And that's going to make the seats.
Well, it's good to see Trent Grisham. We talked about getting him back on the lineup. Good leadoff hitter, sees a lot of pitches. Big time on base percentage, but defensively, I mean, when you get people back to where they're accustomed to playing, you got Caballero at short, McMahon at third, all of a sudden, just like people get comfortable again.
Well, Grisham, in the last 20 games before he got hurt, he's hitting .370 with a .994 OPS. He doesn't strike out many people. Strikeout rate's under 12%. He keeps the ball in the zone. Grounded foul. Check out the Twins defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, Larnach, Creedler, and Keishel, left, right in the outfield. And that's Lee, Gray, Clemens, and Lewis. Lewis is new to first base. And Caratini behind the plate. He throws out just 14% of base stealers.
It's some of the weirdest transitions on this team, Michael. You got guys going from shortstop that are now third basemen, second basemen are now right fielders, shortstops that are now first base. They've just shuffled guys around all year trying to find positions.
Now, there's one thing that you miss when Grisham's not in the lineup. He's not always going to get a hit, but he always seems to be 3-2. He sees a lot of pitches. High fly ball, right field and deep. Keishel back, track, wall, see ya. Welcome back, Trent Grisham. Yankees have tied the score at 1.
Now, don't run too fast now. You got a tight hammy. Let's go. Welcome back. That did not take long. Trent Grisham was hot when he got hurt. Hopefully he continues. First hit bat back. 9th home run of the year. We saw 3 changeups in that count, Michael. And sooner or later, you kind of time things up. He was out in front, but he stayed through it.
Had 6 leadoff home runs last year. This is the first one this season. Here's Ben Rice. So Grisham does pick up where he left off. Pitches high. Gave a jolt to that Yankee dugout. They've been struggling offensively. In their 7 straight losses, they've averaged 2.43 runs per game.
That is challenging.
Yeah, this ball looked
called a strike, and it's being challenged by Rice.
It was breaking balls. It doesn't look like it got back to the corner.
Pitch the ball. New York has 2 remaining.
It's ABS powered by T-Mobile.
You know, it's funny, Michael. Wow, I'm looking at there's clearly a ball by looking at the pitch, but it only missed by less than a half an inch.
Yep. That missed by more, 3-0. Rice was 2 for 11 against the Tigers, 6 for his last 46. That's 130 over 12 games. And he turned him loose on 3-0 when he fouled the bat.
Look at Grisham again. Another changeup, stays with him. It ends up on his back knee to stay through it. You thought off the bat you didn't really know, but that ball went in the second deck, I think, Michael.
Broken bat, liner to right field. Keishel's there, puts it away.
Let's see what that did. Did it get to the second deck? Yes, it did. We got to start seeing some more of my favorite shots here, Michael. The side one. That means the Yankees scored a run.
Yeah, there haven't been many of those shots lately. Here's Jason Dominguez.
That camera's getting rusty over on that angle.
Oh, and 1 on Dominguez.
Like I just happened to look. I know it's really cool to be dapper and nice and dressed up, but sitting behind home plate, the man in a suit and tie. It's 100 out here.
We have that on.
Well, you know, we're not sitting down in the stands, though, where you're supposed to relax. Trying to uphold an image up here, you know?
Some people relax when they look sharp. Look at him. He looks great.
Ah, look at this. He's just pre-dressed for tomorrow with the red, white, and blue.
Yep. Into right center. Keishel on the run makes the play.
Well, you see, we talked about contact, and other than Grisham's, who saw a lot of change-ups and finally timed one up, the last 2 at bats with Rice and Dominguez off the end of the bat with guys just out in front of off-speed pitches.
So here's Bellinger.
I don't know that I've ever seen with the pitch clock somebody have to stand there that long. It's like you almost want to just call time out.
Yeah, he's using the whole clock. 5, 4, 3. There you go. Now, I know you're rooting for a quick game, Paul, because you have to go to the Garden for the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce.
You know, Kelce is an Ohio boy. You know, I told him to be there after the game. You know,
that's
just
nice
the way it is. Huh?
Tell me how it goes tomorrow.
I'm sure I'll get a helicopter straight there on their tab, right?
Three and 0 on Bellinger.
They got to be broadcasting on a big screen for us, right?
You
In the
think?
Garden today, huh? Don't you think?
Oh, I'm sure we'll see it somewhere. And he walks on 4 pitches.
Pitch is challenging.
Oh, going to be challenged. This one by Caratini. Oh, and he's right.
Pitch to strike.
Tough start for DJ Rayburn.
Seldom do you see a 3-0 pitch that's a strike called a ball, because it's almost like the plate gets bigger 3-0 in an umpire's eye.
That one is ripped to right field. And right there is Keishel, who makes all 3 putouts. But this one, he could not make a catch on. Coming back after missing 18 games. Down to 1 knee. Into the second deck. Tie game at 1. 1-1 as we go to the second. And here's Lewis. And a strike. Royce Lewis struggled this season. And then he was sent to the minors for a couple of weeks before coming back last month. He's been better since coming back. Also moved from third base to first base. And he's been working with former Twin Justin Morneau on his defense at the new position. And he actually played well in AAA. This guy's got so much talent, Paul, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy either.
Yeah, he's had a ton of injuries, but he was, to your point, Michael, the first overall pick in 2017 of the whole country. So he thought he was going to be a sure shot.
Just 27 years old, 5th big league season. fouled away. You know, Paul, I think you might have been right.
With what?
The guy got hot. He's gone.
Yeah.
The suit and tie was too much.
He got his television time. He said, I've had enough. I'm going to go put a T-shirt on.
That one is crushed into left center field. That is a long way, and it goes up against the wall. Playing it out there is Grisham, and Royce Lewis gets himself a leadoff double.
Another hanger, and it looked like, you know, when you hang it, it just speeds their bat up, all kind of coming back into him. These hammers at the left center field. You could tell that the route, Cody Bellinger knew this ball was going to beat me to the wall. Just wait to play it off of it. Grisham comes over, keeps him at second base.
So here is Victor Caratini with Lewis leading off second. And a strike. Pretty good run offensively in recent weeks after shifting his hands in the stance. He said, hitting's really hard. We move my hands a little bit forward. What does that do, moving your hands forward, Paul?
Well, a lot of times if you're not loading back and you start with your hands back and they kind of drift with you, then you're in a bad position. So if you start with them up a little bit, your tendency is to load them back where, you know, you got a better chance to drive the ball. Watch those hands. They'll probably go back. Yeah, see, they start to go back, and that gets you on your backside before you transfer into the ball.
Caratini is a switch hitter, 247 average against righties, 234 against lefties. He's been the starter since Ryan Jeffers has been out since May 18th with a fractured left hamate bone.
You see those hands go back just enough. I mean, ideally, I would assume that they want them even back farther. You know, it's such a hard thing to change when you're so used to doing it one way.
High pop-up, shallow right field, backing up. Jazz coming in Dominguez, and he gets out of the way after that crash the other day. And Dominguez records the first out.
Well, you mentioned Jeffers. I don't know that I've heard another name in Yankee fans coming out of their mouth all year, because he is a right-handed catcher and he can hit. So he seemed like a perfect fit for the New York Yankees.
Jeffers started his rehab tonight. Here's Kreidler, and he had a single in his first at bat. Ground ball, shortstop, Caballero fields. As Lewis moves to third now with 2 outs.
Again, not even biting at third base. Notice with 1 out, get the sure out, go across the field. Allow Cole to try to get out of this inning now with 2 outs. A lot of times a base runner running in front of you will kind of divert your attention, where you think about going to third and then you end up getting nobody.
Tonight's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. So, missing his 41st straight game, Jefferson, fractured left hamate bone. We told you began his rehab assignment. He got off to a good start before that injury, though. And he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year.
They got away with one there, Michael. There's a changeup, good sequence, but you can't hang changeup. When you miss with a changeup to a lefty, it's got to be down and away outside the strike zone or in the dirt. This ball kind of sat up over the middle of the plate. It was fouled back, luckily.
1-2 on Gray. He is splitting time at shortstop with Creedler, but he's struggling defensively. -8 defensive run save. That's second worst to Trey Turner's -9. Cole steps off. Swing and a miss on the slider. Gray goes down. The leadoff double by Lewis is wasted. We go to the bottom of the second. By FanDuel, call your shot on FanDuel every day with Daily Dinger. Make a free pick for a chance at a profit boost the next day. Like Tunnels to Towers, donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation by Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees, and by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet.
That was a young Michael Kay out with the fire hydrants.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Nice. So did somebody figure out how to do it, or the city
One of the dads would come out with a big wrench, and they take the cap off, and then they would turn the water on, and you would just jump around in it for hours. That's how you did it. Now, as you're leaving the stadium and you drive by that, you get a free car wash.
I go through it every the last couple of days, 2 or 3 times. That's a tough ride home in your convertible, isn't it?
If the convertible's down, you're not in good shape. See, the signs of summer, where I grew up in the Bronx, so I lived in a 20-story building.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'd be playing in the fire hydrant, and then Mr. Softy would come by. So all the kids would run to the terraces, and they'd yell up, "Ma, Dad," and they would throw you coins.
Oh, now this is now you're taking me back when we used to have the the ice cream and the snow cone ringing a bell,
Yeah.
and they'd give you a warning, so you had time to run in. Mom and Dad weren't throwing. I had to go in there and try to find it myself.
Oh, my mother and father would like wrap it in aluminum foil and throw it down a couple of quarters. And Goldschmidt hits one to center field. One away.
Oh, there's your 4th of July dinner, Michael.
There's Mr. Softy.
Uh-huh.
And see, you didn't grow up in New York, but that song became Pavlovian. You heard that song, and you just had to have a... oh,
man.
Heaven. There's Jazz Chisholm. Now, Mom and Dad throw down a couple of quarters now. I didn't get anything.
No.
No, you got a couple of bucks after you float them.
You have to fly down a couple of dollar bills.
Yes. Or Venmo to the kids. One and one on Chisholm. Popped up. Clemens makes the call and the catch. Called off Lewis. 2 down. Ryan McMahon coming up, and Meredith Morakovitz caught up with him earlier.
Michael, I spoke to him for the lineup show, and he said he's just excited to be back with the boys again. It's been a weird 10 days for him. First the throat infection, and then he was one of the guys that was hit with the food poisoning, stomach bug situation. He said he's well enough to be out there today. He had been working out at the stadium. Some guys are still going through it a little bit, but guys are good enough to go. He said the game doesn't care. It's not going to slow down. You still have to go out there and play it. As far as not trying to do too much at the plate, he said it's all about passing the baton, staying within yourself and trusting the guy behind you. He hopes he and Trent Grisham are able to provide a little bit of a spark for this team. Trent Grisham already did that. We'll see if Ryan McMahon can do the same.
And Meredith, the stomach distress, I mean, he couldn't even play in a rehab game. So 2 games that he was supposed to play and he didn't. So he's coming in here without any rehab at all.
And I asked him what told you were still okay to go. And he said the fact that he had been working out and going through everything, hitting in the cage, fielding out on the field, he didn't feel like he necessarily needed that rehab game. And let's be honest, the Yankees just needed him and Trent Grisham back in this lineup.
All right, so his throat was hurting, then his stomach was hurting, now he fouls the ball with his foot.
It's all about changing speeds, and then you see those hands come in. He was beat inside, and you have such a tendency to just beat it down on your foot.
You can read his lips, it's fine, it's fine. No, his knee, not even his foot, inside of his right knee. One game, bottom of the second. First game of a 3-game set, Yankees and the Twins. Now, 7-game losing streak, you got to pick up a win. And no disrespect to the Twins, who've had a better season than people thought they were going to have. But since 2002, including the playoffs, the Yankees are 127-46 against Minnesota.
Yeah, they have totally owned Minnesota, where you get in certain teams' head, and the important thing is to keep them there. The last thing you want to do is give them a little advantage as feeling they can beat you now.
And that is cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. That's the best record by any team against any opponent. It's a .734 winning percentage, and over 162-game season, that would be 119 wins. The ground ball to Gray, and the Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. Get your car washed and get cooled off too. And this is a little pat on the back to the people we work with. Yesterday, we received 27 New York Emmy Award nominations. So proud of our great director, Dan Barr, our producer, Troy Benjamin. Live sporting event, single coverage, the game against Seattle where Brian Wu had that no-hitter, and live sporting event for the season, Yankees baseball. And see that picture on the left there?
Yeah.
Those are all the people that make it possible. These nominations would not happen without the people behind the scenes. So thank you to all of them. Pretty proud to be working in a place where people's occupation is also fueled by devotion and love.
Well, you should be proud. You didn't read your name, but congratulations, Michael Clay. Play-by-play.
Also have to give some love. Ryan Rucco also was nominated for play-by-play.
You know, I didn't vote for you, but I gave you honorable mention. You know, I had you on the list.
I appreciate it.
No.
That one is a foul ball.
You're lucky. You're lucky to be here, Michael K. Believe me.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
You coached me for 20-some years. I can say that.
Can you believe it's 25? 25 years.
I was trying to say 20-something, like it was just 20, but yeah.
That's 25. So you went right from playing up here.
Mm-hmm.
You never had that summer off.
No, I didn't have any practice either, so I'm still practicing.
Well, congratulations to all that were nominated. Also, can I let you know a little secret about the Yankees?
Yeah.
That one is a broken bat looper caught by Chisholm. When people say it's good just to be nominated, no, it's not. You want to win.
That's right.
Yeah, if you lose, it's lousy.
You know, it's not good just to get to the World Series. You got to win the World Series.
Got to win it, right? Back to the top of the order. Larnach takes a strike. Now tomorrow, Carlos Rodon was supposed to start. Well, he's on the IL, and Meredith, I think that kind of took all of us by surprise when we got to the ballpark today.
Michael, nobody really saw that coming. No one knew there was an issue with Carlos Rodon. He said that it was more the recovery in between starts. Something just didn't feel right. He was able to go out there and pitch, and he didn't know if it necessarily affected him on the mound, but he was concerned. And when he went to throw in the outfield leading up to this start, he just did not feel right, and that kind of prompted him and the Yankees to say, let's get this checked out. Now, he had an MRI on his arm, and he said anytime you're a pitcher and you get your arm checked out, you're nervous, you're worried about it. But luckily, it just showed inflammation, no issues with the UCL. The UCL remains intact, so he's going to be shut down for a couple days. He had a PRP injection. They're going to let that try to expedite the healing, and then he'll begin throwing again. When Rodon spoke at his locker in the clubhouse, it did not seem like it was going to be a long IL stint, but Michael, really just depends how he heals and if they can get that inflammation out of the elbow.
Larnach with a fly ball to center. Grisham's there. And what's odd about it, Meredith, if you looked at the numbers, they're good. 3.30 ERA, 4-2. And he hasn't looked bad on the mound at all. His stuff has actually looked good, but as you said, it's the recovery time that sometimes sends up a warning flare to pitchers.
You do remember he had a phenomenal year with bone chips. He couldn't even straighten his arm out. So, you know, he's used to throwing with pain and then trying to get around things. But after the surgery, you know, he felt so much better. It's sad to hear that he's having anything going on. But, you know, if it's only a week and you get back to where you were.
And guys, the Yankees didn't officially announce a starter for tomorrow, but Aaron Boone did note that Brendan Beck is on the taxi squad tonight. He's expected to be activated tomorrow.
And we saw him earlier in the year in a spot start. Now, whether he starts tomorrow or not is dependent on how much of the bullpen they use today. So there's the info on Brendan. Did he go? Yes, he did. 1-2. So if they don't use the bullpen a lot, then they could open with a certain pitcher, and then Beck could be the bulk guy. But if they have to use the bullpen, then Beck could be the starter. And Zebby Matthews will start for the Twins. Last time we saw Cole was against the Red Sox. He gave a big hit to Wilson Contreras, and then after that, it seemed like he got angry and just started to air it out and was very effective. And Boone said he was a little tentative and then just let it fly. Lee continuing to battle Cole.
You're seeing a long count here, and you know the fastballs have been on target. He's missed more with his breaking ball and his changeup tonight, where he's kept them over the middle of the plate, trying to bury that slider in on left. He's kind of leaving it out over the plate and left the one changeup up in the strike zone. It was hit out of the ballpark.
Swing and a tip into the glove of Wells. And a 1-2-3 inning for Cole. He's retired 6 in a row. We go to the bottom of the third. There are signs. There are signs. And because of those signs, they put the tarp on the field, and we are in a rain delay. Not yet any rain, but it's coming. You see that little windmill device there? It's really flapping all the flags over the grandstand. Old Glory flapping in the wind as well. So the rain is moving in. You see some lightning as well. So we'll come back here to the stadium. And on the other side of that commercial, we'll talk with Justin Shackle, Jack Curry, and Dylan Betances. They'll talk to you during the rain delay from our studio. Paul and I and Meredith will wait right here. When it's over, we'll have more baseball. Stay right here on Yes. Wells and Grisham. That'll be 8, 9, and 1 in the Yankees order. And they are going to face, that is Paredes coming back out. So what would you say the delays are? Close to an hour, a little less than an hour. That's a lot of time for a pitcher to sit.
It is, but but they were only, this is his third inning, so that, they didn't really extend themselves before the delay. So I think both teams, and you have cages underneath, that if you have a ballpark of when you're going to get back out, then you can probably stay loose a little bit easier.
Derek Shelton, the manager of the Twins, formerly of the Pirates, having a pretty good year with this Twins team, but the problem has been pitching. You see what Paredes has done in his 2 innings. He gave up the leadoff home run to Trent Grisham. Makes a triumphant return to the active roster after missing 18 games with a hamstring injury. And he hits a home run into the second deck to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Now, it looks lovely in New York City as this rain, a lot of lightning overhead too. Let's hope that holds off. But back in the day, Paul, if there was lightning, Phil Rizzuto would get up and leave. And whoever he was working with stayed and did the game.
That's my first cue, and I'm allowed to leave?
I don't know, but Phil would drive himself. I don't know if your driver's out there right now, so that's the key.
That's a good point. I'd have to sit down there and wait anyway.
All right, so we are about ready to roll. Hey, this place is jammed. Remember, after the game, there's a fireworks display here at the stadium, so people are going to hang in there, and they did through the rain, and they just got some cover behind the overhangs, and a lot of space to walk around here at the stadium anyway. So here we go, bottom of the third inning. Caballero's ready. Paredes is ready. And let's do it again here at the stadium. First pitch is a strike. We're underway again. 0-1.
I feel like I'm ready to do the pitcher scouting report. Let's do it, huh?
You're right. Caballero also in a little bit of a slump. 6 for 40. That's 150. Rain delay was officially 53 minutes. 53 minutes. 1-1.
You think about the Twins. We talk about their bullpen. Worst in baseball, maybe. That's why the starter's back out there, huh?
Probably. They have the worst ERA in baseball, the Twins bullpen. So probably reluctant to go there. Now, what pitchers could do, because they have full mounds and batting cages underneath the stands, is they could recreate an inning. Throw 15 pitches, sit down again. Now, that might take some pitches off the back end, but they are ready and they're not stale. Now, Paredes has been waiting longer because the last pitch that was thrown was by Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Ground ball, third base, Brooks Lee. One down. That's going to bring up Austin Wells, and Austin really looking to break out of what's going on with him. 3 for his last 43. That's 070. And on July 3rd, it's hard to believe that a guy who's historically been at least a league average hitter has 10 RBIs and just 4 home runs. And it's no secret, Paul, this has to be tearing him up.
It eats you up mentally. I mean, physically, you go through the challenges of, trying to come out of it. But mentally, you just grind every day just to get, punched in the face every single night with batted bats and not getting hits. Don't sleep well. Nothing goes well.
That one's popped up. Gray makes the play. Center fielder let him do it. He was way out there. So that's 2 down. That's going to bring up Trent Grisham in the first inning. Hit a home run. Take a look at the optimum fiber famously fast replay.
Yeah, back needed, but Dean, that was a third changeup. We talked about it in the count, so he had seen it before. Finally timed one up. Welcome back.
I was in the car the other day, listened to 70s on 70 on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
And they had Welcome Back by John Sebastian. It gets you in the feels, man. It brings you back to a time and place.
Welcome back.
Your dreams were your ticket out.
Well, your dreams kept you right in the Bronx, though, right up here in the booth.
That's right. Oh, off the bag. And down the right field line for Grisham. What a return for him. He's 2 for 2. And hitting in some good luck, too.
Well, you can't try to do this. You can't make this one up. But you hit it hard and just hope as it doesn't, it hits the bag. I don't know if it would have been caught or not, but really good at bat by Grisham.
Well, Lewis looked like he was right there. It would have been interesting to see if it didn't hit the bag, but it did, so it's a single. He's 2 for 2. There's Ben Rice. One and 0. Check out the leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealer. So Trent Grisham, since 2025, 43 home runs. That's 3rd among center fielders, 3rd in RBIs, 1st in on-base percentage, and 4th in WAR.
Yeah, big year last year, and it's just numerous full counts, long counts. He sees a lot of pitches.
So 3-0. He was 3-0 in the first inning and got a green light, fouled that off, and then hit a fly ball to right. So been 6 for his last 47. Dominguez on deck. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-1 game. And a strike. Fouled away, 3-2, so that'll set Grisham in motion. 3-2, 2 outs. I don't know about you, Paul, but usually when it rains, it gets cooler. It feels a little stickier now.
I don't think it rained hard enough. It just kind of got the field wet. It was water in the streets for the fireworks, so nothing bad happened.
Runner goes, 3-2. Drilled deep to right. There it goes. See ya. A bullet home run into the short porch. A 2-run shot by Rice. And the Yankees lead 3-1.
Well, Ben Rice just missed one first time up off the end of the bat. You know, you take 3-0, you're usually going to get the same pitch 3-1. Another fastball up in the strike zone. He didn't miss this one.
'24th home run, RBIs 55 and 56. Dominguez fouls it off.
Well, it's good to see some good swings, and you just see the ball right there. No doubt about it, off the bat. And I'm just looking at the board, Michael. You know, Alvarez down in Houston having this unbelievable year. He's got 42 extra base hits, right? That was Ben Rice's 41st extra base hit. That just goes to show you what he has done before this little blip that he's gone through right now.
Squib the other way and into the outfield. Knocked down there by Lee, and that holds Dominguez to a single.
Yeah, Lee went a long way. No chance, obviously, to get Dominguez at first, but it kept him from going to second base right off the end of the bat like a pull cue. But he ran it down, knocked it down to keep it from going down in the corner, which would have been a sure double. Dominguez runs well.
Here's Bellinger, lined out to right in the first inning.
See Dominguez on the side. Yeah, he got it.
Approves. Runner goes. The throw to second. Not in time. Caratini throws out 14% of base runners, and that's the 5th worst in baseball.
Yeah, you can't hide it. You're going to put running in the game against the Twins just because they haven't been able to throw out a lot of runners. And Cody Bellinger did the right thing. You could see as soon as he saw Dominguez off to the races, just flat out took the pitch, allows him to get to second.
Two and one. Some lightning in the skies above Yankee Stadium. That's when you hear the crowd kind of ooh and ah.
I was hoping it was a firework, Mike.
Yeah, I think it was.
Nature's
It
fireworks.
was God's fireworks, yeah. Garrett Cole electing to warm up in the bullpen rather than behind the dugout on the mounds there.
The thing about being out here is, you've got the heat, the humidity. Instead of going under, in the tunnel with the cool breeze, you're better off getting acclimated back to the heat.
And that's ball 4, but
Catcher's challenging.
Caratini is going to challenge. And he's wrong.
Pitches the ball. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
So that's a walk to Bellinger. And that'll bring up Goldschmidt. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. And he's plus 350 to hit 1 or more home runs. The pitching coach, Pete Mackey, goes out and talks with Paredes. So Paredes got 2 quick outs. And then Grisham with a single off the first base bag. And then Ben Rice, a home run off a seat, a 2-run shot. Then Dominguez squibs one the other way, gets a hit, and Bellinger walks. So the home plate umpire is going to break that conference up. Big ballpark looks beautiful here on a Friday night. You can see there's still some rain falling.
Michael, if you see Danny Cunningham start going on in the field, I'll hit him low, you hit him high.
All right. He's a delightful guy, but
yeah,
you just don't like to see him with his iPad.
Folks, if you don't know, he's a grounds crew. He usually comes out with the bad news about the tarp coming back on.
Now, with the right-handed hitting Goldschmidt up, Yankee third base shows Luis Rojas is almost taking a seat in the Twins dugout. That's how far back he is. Couple more steps, he's down those steps. Now, the new rules this year, you can go back as far as you want. You can't go forward past the line that is drawn there, and you can't go beyond the line that's toward the outfield, because they think that's how you can steal pitches.
And, once the ball's in play, for instance, there's a base hit here, he'll go all the way down the line towards home plate to either stop Dominguez or wave him on.
All right, that was a strike 2 call, and Goldschmidt's going to challenge. And he gets it right.
Pitch the ball.
That's in our bucket, Michael. We remember we're going to bucket some challenges. That I mean, that's 2.5 inches. That's a miss.
One and two. That was, by the way, somewhat historic. That's Goldschmidt's first ABS win. He's now 1 for 5.
20%.
Yep. Two and two. Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt down on strikes. But the Yankees have taken the lead. They scored 2 runs on 3 hits. They lead 2, but this one swing, a 2-run shot off the bat of Ben Rice. When it lands, Yankees lead by a score of 3-1. Cody Clemens leads off the 4th inning. Yankees lead 3-1. No strike. So Cole threw 56 pitches before the delay. How many more does he have? 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. The Clemens home run in the first. Grounded foul. Now, the trade deadline last year, the Twins just decimated their roster. They traded seemingly everybody. And the thought was they were not going to have a good year this year. And they've actually held their own in a weak American League Central. They're 42 and 46. Now, Clemens hit the home run in the first inning. Let's take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum on the home run. Went the other way. 102.4 and it traveled 403 feet. Hit sharply and off the glove of a diving Goldschmidt. It goes into foul territory. Clemens is going to go for 2. The throw from Goldschmidt is not in time. A double for Cody Clemens.
A second great at bat by Clemens. Went the other way before for a home run. Well, down in the strike zone, just hooks it down the line. Goldschmidt not able, and the ball being right in front of him, he's able to pick it up. Know that he can get to second base. Clemens has become kind of a super utility guy, and as well as he swings the bat, it enables them to get him in the lineup a lot more at the positions he can play.
Oh, 0-1 on Josh Bell, who struck out in the first inning. Pickoff almost hit Clemens. Somehow Caballero kept his concentration and made the catch.
Well, you've seen this more than I think we've ever seen it since we've been calling games, Michael, is the pickoff attempts from the Yankees at second base. And they've been successful numerous times.
Looks like Clemens is tipping signs there.
You know, it's so obvious that players are doing this now. You almost wonder if it's almost trying to get in the pitcher's head, trying to get the catcher's head, because you know, when you're really giving away signs, it's very secretive and what you're doing. A small gesture. I mean, we got guys doing cartwheels out there now.
Yeah.
Good sequence there. Overpowering fastball. Bell, no way to catch up to it.
Fifth strikeout for Garrett Cole. Here's Royce Lewis. He had a double his first time up. 1-0. Clemens looked like he wanted to go. then stopped himself. He looked like he had a decent jump. And if you're going to steal third, you do steal it with 1 out. You don't steal it with no outs. You don't steal it with 2. 1 out, you take the chance because it really does give you an advantage in scoring. There's a strike. Just clipped the outside corner, 2-1.
Is that me, or does it seem like, now that running and stealing bases is back in the game, that guys are taking off and stealing third much more than they used to? Even with left-handed hitters up where they got a clear view to third base, you see guys getting jumps and just taking off.
Good knuckle curve there by Cole. Looks like a full house here at the stadium on this Friday night. Rooting for the Yankees to snap this 7-game losing streak. And while the Yankees have been losing 7 straight, the Rays have won 8 straight. And it's kind of flip-flopped the American League East, but the Yankees do go into St. Pete on Monday, start a 4-game series against the Rays. Strike 3. Lewis down looking. That is the 6th strikeout, and the 6th Yankee strikeout brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealers.
Well, it's all been about not only his velocity, which we talked about earlier in the game. It's been up this year. It's about his location tonight, and this is just a picture-perfect pitcher's pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner.
Now it shows you've been watching, Paul, because the Yankees, by the way, have 19 steals at third base. That's tied with the Marlins for the most in the majors, and the Yankees have only been caught 3 times stealing third.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good chance to take because you figure, you're going to score the majority of time from third base, not always from second. But, when your odds are, your percentages are that high, you don't want to take it away from your players. Give them the opportunity to try to cheat and get out, get a good lead, and steal third base.
Clemens led off the inning with a double. He's still there with 2 outs now. Caratini with a 2-0 count at the plate. A strike. His velocity has been sitting 97, 98 all night. So the 53-minute delay does not seem like it's adversely affected him. Two 2-2.
Yeah, I wondered when he got the new old style windup that if it would be that much different from the stretch. But I mean, his velocity is really not changing.
Punch through the left side for a base hit. Clemens rounding third. They're waving him home. Here's the throw from Bellinger. Here's the play. He's in there. And moving to second on the throw is Caratini. And the Yankees now lead 3-2.
Well, it was Punch. It got to him in a hurry. I thought Bellinger was going to have a legitimate chance to throw out. Clemens runs much better than I thought. Outfield's wet, so you got to kind of be careful to not sail one as an outfielder, but easily in there.
So going to second on the throw looms large with Kreider up now. Now Caratini is in scoring position. Kreidler pops it up. Who's going to get it? No one. As Wells and Goldschmidt run into each other. It was there to be caught, but no catch.
Yeah, you see Wells as a catcher. I mean, that's way out of your district there to make a play. A much easier play for Goldschmidt, but he went a long way to get up. I mean, this is just an easy play from Goldschmidt. Oh, actually, was never in the glove.
Not scored, no play. No one gets an error. But it is a strike on Kreidler. and putting more pitches on Cole's arm. Grounded. Foul. Grabbed there in foul territory by McMahon.
See Garrett Cole, he's trying to direct traffic and it didn't work as a traffic cop.
Hedrick's up. Grounded foul. Last 5 games for Cole, 1-3, 6.12. Last 2 games, 0-2, 8.38. One and two. Some fireworks starting.
I told you it wasn't lightning, Michael. A little fireworks show.
Time called as Cole was about to go into his wind. Those are the numbers that we talked about. First 5 though, 2-1, 2.57. Opponent's hitting 356 in the last 2. Another time. Batter can't call time twice, so whose time was that on?
Wasn't on mine. I didn't call it.
Strike 3. Kreidler down looking. But the Twins get a run. On 2 hits, they leave 1. Will go to the bottom of the 4th. Shake his hand. Cole goes, no, 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 no. Because once you shake the hand, Paul, you're out of the game. And he's trying to present the case. I'm good. Boone seems like he wants to talk to him, but Cole thinks if I walk away, maybe
He'll forget. Yeah, usually those decisions are made up before they go. You see Austin Wells, he didn't want to get in the middle of it either.
Let's see if he comes out for the 5th inning. Bottom of the 4th, 3-2. Yankees lead. It'll be Chisholm, McMahon, and Caballero against Paredes. Deep to right field. Is it fair? It is foul. Just foul.
I was watching Jazz at the plate the whole time. He never left because as a hitter, a lefty, you hit the ball down the line, you have such a good view. You can see it if it hooks. And that stayed fair a long time just on the other side of the pole. Well, you try to steer it as a hitter too. Just lean in there, stay in there. And then right at the end, it just kind of breaks your heart.
Just a long strike. 1-1. One and 2. The pitch. Upstairs. Jazz popped up to second. That was in the second. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-2 Yankees. First game of a 3-game set over the holiday weekend. Yankees and the Minnesota Twins. And Chisholm Down on strikes. That'll bring up McMahon. Play FanDuel's daily dingle for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. Here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Dominguez plus 700. Ryan McMahon plus 550. Now I got a stat for you that's gonna blow your mind.
Knock my socks off?
Not in a good way. All right, so they've lost 7 in a row. The last 6 that they've lost. This is after the Cam Schlittler defense abandons him on Thursday after that loss. The Yankee batting average as a team in the last 6 games, 120. On-base percentage, 172. Slugging, 209. OPS, 382. The last team to have a slash line that bad over 6 games, the 1909 Brooklyn Superbas, who became the Dodgers. That's how historic this 6-game run has been.
It has been ugly, and it's not just the offense. I mean, the rotation went through a horrible time through. The fielding, I mean, every aspect of the game just went south for the Yankees this last week.
2-2 on McMahon. Well, the last 12 games, they are 2-10. Now you talk about the defense, Paul. So in the first 74 games of the year, they allowed 22 unearned runs. In the last 12 games, they've allowed 17 unearned runs.
Yeah, you can't make it up. I mean, the numbers tell you the truth. That's why this team is going through what it's going through. Every aspect of the game is just not firing.
2-2. 3-2 on McMahon, just off the IL. First had a throat issue where he had an abscess drained by his tonsils, and then had some stomach ailments after that a lot of people on the team had. Line foul.
Well, we talked about Rodon before the game, back on the IL, but good news, it's inflammation and nothing more than that, hopefully. And in a week, we'll find out when he tries to reassess where he is.
And McMahon works a walk. So here's Caballero. Now Caballero is playing short today, and he has been moved all around out of necessity because he can play other positions, not as well as he plays shortstop. He's been in the outfield, he's been in left, he's been in center, made some mistakes in those spots. And today he's starting at short because Grisham kind of flushes everything out. He's your center fielder. Dominguez is playing right field, his Judge is out, and Bellinger in left. So now you can actually put Caballero at short. And Boone was asked today, is that going to be what we're going to see? And he said, well, you'll see him a lot at short. He said, but I also want to move him around, and then we'll play Volpe at shortstop. So he's not committing to anything, which I guess is smart to do.
Well, I think he's much more comfortable at shortstop, and I don't know that it's just a coincidence, but when you're moving around the field every day, you're worried about defense, and sometimes it can take away from your offense. And you know, he's been pretty good all year until the last couple of weeks, so that might have something to do with it too.
So Clemens makes the catch to retire Caballero. Now the interesting thing, you don't play Volpe today because Volpe's 3 for his last 25, but against Minnesota in 18 games in his career, 375 hitter, 446 on base percentage. These are all the things that a manager and his staff have to compute. All right, what's more important? what he's done in the past or what he's doing recently, and how does he match up with this pitcher. Here's Austin Wells. Missed outside. Yankees lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. One and one. Now 1-2 on Wells, who popped a short in the 3rd.
Well, you're seeing a lot of off-speed pitches to Wells recently, and he's way out ahead. And we talked about he was working on kind of changing his swing a little bit, which midway through the season is extremely hard to do. Seems to be really out front of everything, trying to get the ball out in front of the plate.
Soft ground ball, second base. Clemens to Lewis. And that'll do it here in the 4th. Yankees strand 1, and it looks like Cole's coming out to pitch the 5th. Sage.
If you look at what he's done tonight, I mean, he's had good command of his fastball. I think if you ask him, he's still in the feeling phase of his changeup and his breaking ball. This ball smoked to center field. Right? That's why you want Craig Grisham back in center field. A good route and a nice play to start the inning. Really, the first test you've seen at Grisham is, you know, as far as really having to take off and see if he's kind of dragging that leg, if he any lingering effect of that hamstring.
So here's Luke Keishel. Now, pitchers don't always win that argument with managers, but veteran pitchers do.
Well, I think if you're Garrett Cole, you can say what you want to do. I mean, you have a history. You know, you're a veteran pitcher. You know yourself, and you know it seemed odd for me to bring him back after an hour and just do an inning. You know, if he's loose and he feels good, then you might ask him, you know, how you feeling? This ball's right down the line. Sure double.
Playing it out there is Bellinger, and Keishel picks up a 1-out double.
McMahon, I mean, grass is wet, ball skips down the line quickly. No chance.
Tying runs at second base. Back to the top of the order, starting with Trevor Larnach. He's 0 for 2 tonight against Cole. Patrick still throwing in the bullpen. We all know the famous clip of Joe Torre coming out of the dugout to get Mike Messina, and he said, "Stop, stop." Now, if that was a rookie pitcher, Joe Torre said, "Stop."
Yeah. I'll stop before I send you down tomorrow, right?
But Mike Messina, he laughed. He said, "Okay," and he let him stay. And you kind of earn that right.
And it was so funny back then. Some managers would really take that personally. Joe Torre felt it, knew it, would walk back, talk to Zim about it, kind of laugh about it, and deal with it later.
Now, what managers don't appreciate is when you argue with them on the mound. In the dugout, all right, sometimes the camera's intrusive and could see in there. But on the mound, everybody's watching, and you're saying, "I'm not giving you the ball."
Remember when David Wells got taken out in Toronto with Cito Gaston, and he threw the ball in the stands, wouldn't even hand it to him?
Ground ball, second base, right there. Chisholm moving to third is Keishel. And here's the Torre incident we're talking about. He's coming out to get him. He'd stay right there.
And he didn't take offense to it. I mean, look, he's acting laughing about it. I mean, that's the cool thing about being a veteran pitcher and a veteran manager. You understand each other at that point.
And the 4 World Series rings kind of give you more patience, too.
Wise decision, though. I think he got an out, didn't he? Well, there's this extra time for the lefty. You're just giving Garrett Cole a little break to get this last out. I don't know. Aaron Boone looks a little antsy over there.
Well, I don't think Cole will be thrilled if he gets taken out now.
I guess Wells was just giving him a break in the heat to really dial in. I mean, this is a big out right here. You only got a 1-run lead. You got 2 outs. You get out of this, you consider a very good outing for Cole.
And he swings over the slider, 0-1.
See, the difference in that is that ball breaks down and in out of the strike zone, and you know, it really gives lefties trouble. But if you leave it up, which he has a couple times, ball gets hit hard.
Cole's thrown 15 of 20 first pitch strikes. Usually a recipe for success. Popped up, left field. Who's going to get it? Caballero called off by Bellinger. Bellinger makes the play. Runner stranded at third. We're halfway through. Yankees 3, Twins 2. The ultimate goal of an MLB fan? Well, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. Go to MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps. Cody Thunderberg takes over. Bottom of the 5th inning. Audi scoreboard 3-2 Yankees. And now we get into the part of the Twins that is suspect at best. The highest ERA in all of baseball, the Twins bullpen. One and one on Trent Grisham. Top of the Yankee order against Thunderberg. Way outside.
I might have had to tap my helmet on that one, Michael. That looked away to me.
Thunderberg, 29 years old, 4th big league season. And down goes Grisham. They retire him for the first time. And that'll bring up Ben Rice, and now it's time for the mobile performance.
Well, Ben Rice, welcome sight. Him going to the seats again. Number 24 on the year.
And this is the time to bring in a lefty against the Yanks. You got lefty, lefty, a switch hitter who's historically better from the left side, so he has to hit right, and then Bellinger. 1-1. Now, Thunderberg is one of only 2 Codys with a K in Major League history. The other one's his teammate, Cody Clemens.
Yeah, Rocca named all his kids K, right?
Yep. Just missed him.
Which is a hanging breaking ball, and Murray really stays in well off lefties. Doesn't give an inch until the end, and then you just grimace and hope it doesn't hit you.
Rogers' kids, by the way, Kobe, Corey, Casey, Cody, and they all start with K because K is the symbol for strikeout in your scoreboard. Hit sharply and grabbed there by Lewis.
One of those nights that you go home and it's not always eases your mind, but he's had 3 good at bats. First time up, just missed a ball off the end of the bat. That at bat good, out front a little bit, and then obviously the home run. But so you're 3 for 3 with good at bats, and if you go home every single night, giving yourself a chance 4 or 5 times, you're going to have a good night most of the time. It's the nights that you look back and you're like, I had 1 good at bat all night, so you really didn't give yourself a chance.
Announced crowd of 45,104 on this Friday evening in the Bronx. 1-1. Dominguez 1 for 2. One and 2. Swing and a miss. Good inning for Funderburk as he retires the Yankees in order. 5 in the books. Thank you, Justin. We go around the majors. How about Junior Caminero? Yankees have to see him starting on Monday for 4 games. Last 31, he's on fire. Wilson Contreras suspended 7 games after benches clearing brawl. And Hunter Goodman has been good, man. Last 32 games, 16 home runs, 31 ribbies.
You know, that's right off the cuff there, too. You didn't even have time to think that one up, and you just played it right into it.
He's been unbelievable. So Hedrick takes over after 5 innings of Cole. Now the game in the hands of the Yankee bullpen. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. So Clemens 2 for 2, facing the left-hander Hedrick. Swing and a miss. Clemens down on strikes. Well, Yankee fans, come out to Yankee Stadium tomorrow to celebrate the country's 250th birthday. Get a special Yankees cap. First 18,000 guests in attendance receive a red, white, and blue Yankees cap courtesy of Baby Ruth. Tickets are going fast, so get your tickets today at Yankees.com. Some red, white, and blue out there in Manhattan. But not yet with the Empire State Building.
I was going to say, it's got to go red, white, and blue for tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Bell swings and misses. Bell struck out twice against Cole. 3-2 Yankees are on the top of the 6th.
Josh Bell in his career, big home run hitter back with the Pirates, 37 and 116 RBIs back in 2019. But if you break him down as a switcher, left-handed, much better, more power, higher average, 231, hitting right-handed against lefties, 271 against righties. So you got him on the right side of the plate for this at bat.
2-1.
It's kind of a gun for hire, Michael. You know that Josh Bell, deadline trade, 2022, 2023, 2024, 3 years in a row at the deadline he got traded.
High fly ball, right field. Dominguez on the run on the track, and he makes the play in front of the wall. Out number 2. Last minute reach, and he hauled it in.
You know, one thing you need to see him is sprint to the ball and find the wall, and you know, he's always kind of lunging at the end, which you know, he doesn't know where he is right now. So you know, that's why you see him crashing into the wall. As an outfit, if you sprint to the wall and kind of find the ball, you're going to save yourself a lot of collisions.
So here's Royce Lewis.
Off the bat, I think easy fly ball, but that it just keeps carrying and carrying, and you know how he's kind of drifting with it and then lunging. Christian's probably saying, "Get to the wall." It'd be a much easier play.
One and 2. Good inning for Hedrick. He retires the Twins in order 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Future game. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees leading the Twins 3-2. Right now, the pitcher of record on the winning side is Gerrit Cole. On the losing side is Mike Paredes. Here is Cody Funderburk in his 2nd inning of work. And the pitch to Bellinger is upstairs.
Now, Michael, right over the left field wall. Look, I'm seeing in that opening.
Yeah.
Where would that be? Fordham? The park or the
I think
zoo?
that's the park right beyond, you know, 164th.
Huh.
So I got the basket with the food for tonight.
You
Yeah, and you have the blanket?
Yeah, it's in the car.
Okay.
I have to run down. I didn't want to get it wet today.
Ground ball in 2nd, and they get Bellinger.
So Cody Bellinger, and it starts weighing on you, you know, what he's going through, and there's no doubt in my mind that, you know, he'll come out of it and come out of it just fine. But first at bat, right on the screws, line drive, and then it, you know, progressively starts eating at you throughout the night, and then every at bat has not been where he wants. So it becomes so mental to get through these things.
There's another guy struggling. Goldschmidt's 0 for 2. 0 for his last 22. 1-1. Yankee run scoring on the home run today. Leadoff home run in the 1st inning by Grisham. A 2-run shot in the 3rd by Rice. Driven out to center field and deep. Breitler back, still back. He's on the track, stops and makes the play.
Boy, at the bat, I thought this had a chance, Michael. Looked like a good swing. Must have got just off the end of the bat enough to keep it in the ballpark. Wrong part of the ballpark, though.
Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. 0 for 2. Grounded to first. Lewis is there, and the Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the 7th. Yankees up by 1. Made for your brain. Let's see, 283 and 237. With the Yankees 86, 95 to 2006 on the microphone. I know who this is. I played for the Yankees 79, 80. Longtime Twin. You have any idea, Paul?
No, but with those numbers, I should. I mean, wait a second. We're not even talking about a player, right? We're talking the manager?
No.
Oh, it's a player.
Yeah. Teammate of yours in the booth, too.
Oh, no. All right, I'm going to get it.
Ford scoreboard. 3-2 Yankees over the Twins as we start the 7th inning. Paul Blackburn comes on. And he'll deal to Victor Carantini. Tell you what, Blackburn has really ascended up the ladder of trust. And you see why. Since May 1st, he has a 1.78 ERA.
You know, Mike, I don't know. I forgot my meds or something. I mean, I know who it is. I'm like, are you kidding me?
You still don't have it?
No, I have it.
Okay.
I mean, it's like every once in a while you just surprise yourself. Really? I didn't know that?
It's kind of sad.
In our commercial, though, he made the best play I think I've ever seen in my life. Cartwheels and all. Backflips.
Grounded up the middle. Backhanded by Chisholm. Steadies. Fires. Got him. And that's what you're going to get from Blackburn. He has a 57.7% ground ball rate. That's 10th in the American League. Cruz is heating up. Came into this game with an 8 2/3 streak of shutout innings over his last 6 games. Here's Kreidler. Pop. Foul. Goldschmidt gives it a look. Runs out of room.
Well, again, I mean, you're in the 7th inning here, and the Yankees have not been able to deliver a knockout punch. So, you know, you're putting so much pressure to every inning to not give up another run. I mean, razor thin here, 3-2, trying to break this losing streak.
Jacket and tie gone. Came back for a moment. Now he's gone.
You know, he just gave his ticket somewhere. He must have been going to the ballet or something in the second after the rain delay.
Rogers and Orze. Go down to Meredith, who has some bullpen news.
Michael, one guy that you thought was going to figure into this Yankees bullpen at some point in time this year was Carlos Legrand. They started transitioning him from a starter to a reliever in early June. He made 7 appearances, and he has just been placed on the 7-day IL with a left shoulder injury. So that's something to keep an eye on there. He's going to go through some more testing so they know exactly what he's dealing with. But overall, you thought that this guy was going to play a role. He may still play a role, Michael, but they've got to figure out what's going on with that shoulder. Aaron Boone was asked, do you think it's the different way he's pitching, trying to become a reliever, if that played into it at all? And Aaron Boone said it's hard to say. They were very methodical about the way they were trying to make him into a reliever. So we'll keep you posted if we hear anything more on Carlos Legrand.
Thank you, Meredith. He goes around, and the count 0-2 on Tristan Gray. He did go around. Good call by John Lipka at third. Swing and a miss. Gray down on strikes. So the Twins retired in order by Blackburn at the end of 6.5. It's time for the 7th-inning stretch. Yankees lead Minnesota by a score of 3-2, but we're going to stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise, remove your caps, and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Navy Lieutenant Dennis Sheehan Comet from Montclair, New Jersey, who served in Vietnam. The Yankees say thank you, Dennis, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us by singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Throw the light with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right, fans, it's stretch time. So please join in and sing along as Yankee Stadium organist Paul Cartier plays Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Paredes went 4 innings. Cody Clemens with a home run his 15th. Garrett Cole went 5. Yankees with home runs from Grisham and Rice, and there was a 53-minute rain delay in the middle of the 3rd inning. Eric Orsi comes on for the Twins. Ford scoreboard 3-2 Yankees. And Ryan McMahon takes a strike.
And we went to break after that last out of Garrett Cole. And I don't know if you noticed, but there was emotion there. He was screaming when he got that last out, which, that's good to see. Guy back on the mound, happy to be back on the mound, but knowing and begging to stay in this game and get that big out to keep that lead. I always like to see that from a player.
Hit shortly. Fair ball. Off the sidewall, playing it out there is Keishel. Going for 2 is McMahon. And the ball hits off McMahon. He has a leadoff double.
Well, McMahon also has some good swings tonight. You always wonder when a guy's coming off the IL if he's going to be rusty, but he looks like he's been on the ball tonight. Grisham's had a great night. It's good to see a couple guys right off the back of the head. That'll wake you up. Right there, you get a read, and it bounced away far enough from Keachel for him to take second base and then take one right off the helmet.
Twins are expecting a bunt. They're in at the corners, not bunting, and Caballero swings and misses against Orsi.
I think Caballero has good enough bat skills to allow him to try to hit the ball to the right side and try to get him, move him over, get him in, instead of just giving up and bunting.
Or doing that, dunking a base hit to center field. They're going to wave home McMahon. He will score without a throw. It's an RBI single for Caballero. And the Yankees lead 4-2.
Well, good stuff. You stay on the ball, you stay up the middle, base hit, scores a run. Boy, after what the Yankees have been through, you feel like this is a blowout, don't you, Michael?
Yeah.
All up the end of the bat, but he stays on it enough. That's why I always think that actually swinging down on the ball is much better with runners in scoring position than wanting to hit the ball in the air all the time.
29th ribby for Caballero. And here's Austin Wells. 19 stolen bases for Caballero. And we told you Caratini, you could steal off him.
And you can usually tell when he gets those feet moving over at first base, where he tries to get that little jump step, that he's off to the races. He was pretty flat-footed on that one. It's always a good thing as a base stealer to draw a throw and know exactly how much time you got to get back.
Only the Braves are worse at throwing out base runners. But the Braves to the top of the NL East. Runner goes. Throw to second, not nearly in time. Nice play by Gray, keeping that out of center field. Stolen base for Caballero, his 20th of the year.
Well, they actually brought him to a complete stop. Did a good job by holding the ball, but he's good. He's a good base stealer. I mean, led the American League in stolen bases last year.
Wow. Made it closer than you would have thought, simply because he tagged him on the back of the spike. But his hand was in. And a drag bunt by Wells.
Gonna work.
They just got him. Boy, did he need that, but they just got him. And that moves Caballero to third.
Well, I might take a look at this, but we got the job done. A smart play. I didn't even think that they were going to have a play at it, but snagged and almost thrown out, or thrown out. We'll see.
And he's out.
Yeah.
They give him a sacrifice on that, but he's clearly bunting for a hit. That forces the Twins to bring in the infield for Grisham, who's 2 for 3 in his return back to the lineup. They say he went around 0-1. See if that's deep enough.
Well, Caballero, I think you got to take a chance here.
Keishel fires home. Not in time. A sac fly for Grisham. And the Yankees lead 5-2.
Yeah, you're starting to see guys. I mean, you got to take a chance here because of Caballero's speed. And Keishel, remember, he was a second baseman that has moved out to the outfield to see if he stays behind the ball. Yeah, see, he got flat-footed, pinned forward, but then it's just too long to get rid of that ball. As an outfielder, you want to catch it up by your face where it's an easy transition. You see that ball come all the way down to his waist. It just takes too long to get rid of. Caballero's speed's too good.
Well, your second base arm is usually your weakest arm in the infield. And you can see the way he throws the ball. He's throwing it like an infielder. It's only his 8th career game in right field. The Yankees know that. He just didn't have enough on the throw.
Yeah, speed can help in so many aspects. We saw Jazz the other day steal second, steal third, scoring a wild pitch. And that's a stolen base by Caballero. Then moved over, and then an in-between fly ball. You have the confidence to send him. The Yankees are going to have to do things like this until they get all the bats rolling.
Two 2-0 on Rice. Rice 1 for 3. 2-run home run in the third. It's the third time tonight he's 3-0. No knock on Dominguez, but they feel more comfortable trying to get Rice to chase. If they walk him, they'll take the chance with Jason. There's a strike.
That's what he did last time. Took the 3-0 right down the middle, got another one and put it in the seats.
Did he go? No, he did not. So a walk to Rice with 2 outs, and that does bring up Dominguez. Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. So here is Dominguez. He's 1 for 3. High fly ball, right center on the run. Kreidler on the track, and he makes the play for the final out. The Yankees get 2 more runs on 2 hits and 1 man left. We'll go to the 8th. Yankees up by 3. This is brought to you in part by J.P. Morgan Chase, reigniting the American dream to expand opportunity nationwide. By Nissan, hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Sangles Resorts, get closer to the Caribbean. Well, split between the Twin Cities and New York City.
You saw that picture of Kevin McHale. I think Whitfield played at Minnesota too, didn't he?
All 3 sports. Fernando Cruz, 3rd Yankee reliever. Oh, 1 on Keishel. Now 1-1. Chris Mullen out of New York, and McHale, Minnesota native. Same hometown as Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan's still out playing.
Yeah. See that movie?
I didn't see it. I keep seeing I should watch it because I'm a big music buff. I have not seen it.
Bob was a different dude.
Yeah. Well, that was
Timothy Chalamet, yeah.
The big Knicks fan, right?
Yep. Two and 2. Chopped slowly on a check swing. Caballero cannot handle, and Keishel will reach.
Well, wet infield ball, not hit hard, right over the mound, and Cruz couldn't get it. Caballero, look at him, comes a long way, just can't come up with a handle on it. The spin on that and the wet grass, the transition just could not grab it.
They'll probably give him a hit there, right?
No, absolutely.
And it is. Top of the lineup now. Here's Trevor Larnach, who's 0 for 3. All right, we go down the Meredith Maragovich. We have new information on Legrand.
Well, Michael, he has been diagnosed with a capsular sprain of his right shoulder. He will not throw for approximately 6 weeks.
That is not great news, because when you shut somebody down for 6 weeks, it takes a while to build them back up. And they were hoping that he could be one of the answers for them in the bullpen as they try to reinforce the bullpen. You always get nervous when you have pitchers to 103 miles an hour. Can the human arm really stand? It's standing it with Jacob Mizorowski, but That's a lot of torque to put on shoulders and elbows.
Yeah, you almost wonder what the human body at its top is capable of doing. Are we there? Is it 105 like Chapman threw one day? I mean, it just can't go on forever.
I think Mizorowski, I read somewhere, said last week that the limit's probably 106. He just threw 105.5. But yeah, there's just so much the human body's going to be able to do and create. But you want pitchers that throw hard because that makes you swing and miss. Two and two.
I think you're going to find out, Michael, as we go on, and you see some guys that Mizorowski, I was just blowing people away, but you still see the guys that get outs by pitching. So I think you're going to figure out there's going to be always guys that know how to pitch, use movement, location. But now the new age pitcher that just throws this as hard as he can and spins it as hard as he can. So you're going to have a little bit of both.
3-2 on Larnach. Yankees up by 3, 5-2. We're in the 8th inning. Brooks Lee is on deck. Keishel's on first, held there by Goldschmidt. And he walked him. So just like that, that brings the time run to the plate. Let's check out the Yankee bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Yesterday was an off day, so everybody should be in pretty good shape to go. And David Bednar has rejoined the team after paternity leave. So he hasn't pitched since last Sunday.
You got a cheap hit, but then it's followed up by a walk, and that's what the only problem sometimes with Cruz is his ability to control that split finger.
It's interesting about the way games are played now. There are assigned innings for pitchers, and each pitcher gets usually an inning, not two, out of the bullpen. So if you're going to have to use 4 pitchers out of the bullpen, you're asking 4 guys to be on the same day. So it's a little bit of a tightrope, and you try to match them up with the lanes where they could be successful. But again, you're asking 4 guys to be on.
I've always brought this up when I hear about bullpen games. It's just that you assume everybody's going to have their good stuff every night. That's just not the way it is. And some nights guys are fighting. Some nights they have their stuff. But when you take 4 or 5 relievers, chances are somebody's going to throw a couple bad pitches.
One, two, lined into left field, coming on Bellinger. He'll make the play, fires the second, but getting back in time is Keishel. So nice hitting by Lee, but nice fielding there by Bellinger.
Yeah, great jump. I mean, it makes it look easy. This ball lays up for him, but the jump that he has on the ball, and he knows that he might have a chance, got rid of the ball as quick as he could.
I think as he was scrambling back in his head, he's going, uh-oh.
Yeah. You can have a lot of talks with yourself out there. Don't do this. Didn't we just talk about this, everything, and now I'm in trouble?
Here's Cody Clemens. He has 15 home runs. His 15th came in the first inning. 2 for 3 tonight. And a strike. And that one gets away from Wells. Keishel didn't go. Larnach was ready to go to second, but Keishel froze at second.
Yeah, very conservative there. That ball got away from Wells quite a long way, but you've got a good view at second base, and you just did not get a good read. Kind of got caught flat-footed, and it's too late.
Also interesting, Clemens did not motion. He just kind of looked down at home plate. He did not motion.
Yeah, he's kind of trying to follow the pitch.
That's a fair ball. Just missed hitting the bag as he grounds out to Goldschmidt. Now the runners move up.
Yeah, it's a big out. I mean, Clemens, one of the guys that are swinging the bat really well. You saw him earlier in the game go the other way. So now you've got Bell, who, sure, he's got power. He's got the ability to hit it out of the ballpark, but good pitches, you can strike him out.
And a meeting at the mound with Wells and Goldschmidt. Talking to Cruz. You love to see a veteran first baseman go and talk to the pitcher, because I used to hear stories about Keith Hernandez. When he was at the Mets. He'd go and say, if you throw another curveball, it'll break your arm.
Yes. And you know what? If a young guy goes up, he's kind of listening to what, what you're saying. And Goldschmidt has been through so much that he has the respect of the people to understand what he's talking about, what he's thinking.
Bell takes the ball.
Well, the split finger in the dirt comes. It's very important here. Wells has to know it if he's calling it. And the last thing, we said it the other day, the last thing Cruz wants to do was try to aim that forkball and leave it up in the strike zone.
There's a strike on the slider.
Great decision there. Staying away from the fastball. Bell, good fastball hitter. Going with the slider and able to throw it for a strike.
Chop foul.
And by throwing that slider, 2-0 pitch, give him an opportunity to run that fastball up and in and get away with it. Now you can go back to that split finger and go for the strikeout.
Two balls, two strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Tough one to take, but it dropped out of the strike zone, 3-2.
Well, he has taken 3 split fingers just out of the strike zone, and that's extremely hard to do because that ball just knuckles. There's really no way to follow it. Not surprised if he goes right back to that split finger.
And he walked him. So he went to the slider. So infield single, walk, bases loaded, 2 outs. Matt Blake comes out as Cruz is set to face Royce Lewis.
Well, nothing hurts yet. You just got to make your pitches here. You need to get ahead in the count and not be playing catch up with bases loaded.
So Royce Lewis is waiting for that conference to end, and we'll take a look at his Allstate Good Hands replay.
Yeah, we saw this early in the game. Ben Rice at the end of the bat, but hit hard, kind of an in-between hop, and no problem. Another one of the guys that has changed positions. He was a natural shortstop, and they moved him over to first base.
So Josh Bell, who's been taken out for pinch runner, just gave Royce Lewis a scouting report. So Kyler Fetko is at first. He's a time run.
Big time in the game, you think, huh, Michael?
Oh, yeah. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Yankees up by 3. That fastball's in there for a strike. Lewis is 1 for 3, a double and 2 strikeouts, 1 looking. 1-1. It really does become a guessing game when he's on the mound, because if he throws the splitter, you're going to drop out of the strike zone. And if he throws the fastball and you're guessing the splitter, then you're going to take it and it doesn't drop out of the strike zone. So you have to guess and pick up the spin as well. And then he'll mix in the slider every now and then. 1-1. And there's the fastball.
Boy, you're able to really see the game plan. They're sitting dead forkball. You've seen a lot of them taken, and then, you know, with the fastball, he's been able to throw it for a strike. That's the main thing, but Minnesota hitters not even waving at it.
And now he's got to protect. 1-2. Crowd looking for a strikeout. Instead, pitches high. Another fastball out of the zone. 2-2.
Well, you want to make it happen right here. You hate to get to full count where you kind of have to give in to the hitter with bases loaded. Split finger right here, Michael, huh?
The 2-2. Pop foul.
That's why I just struck out. I'm a little mad that I was looking for that split finger. You know that?
I get the sense, and you know, the next one could be great. He doesn't have a great feel for the split today, so he's using the fastball.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, but he has thrown some just out of the strike zone, and the Twins have been able to lay off him.
2-2. Ground ball to third. McMahon goes to second. They get the force, and that will do it. So Cruz works into and out of trouble, retiring Royce Lewis, and the Twins leave the bases loaded. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees up by 3. Bottom of the 8th inning, Hyundai scoreboard. Yankees 5 and the Twins 3. Each team with 6 hits. The Twins just left the bases loaded against Fernando Cruz. And Bellinger takes outside. 1-0.
Well, you can never question whether Cruz cares about his job. I love his reactions. Emotion in slow motion is even more cool. You know?
Let's just call it slow emotion.
There you go. Yeah. It's going to be in Webster's dictionary next week.
Maybe tomorrow. Two and 1 on Bellinger. Bellinger's 0 for 2. That's a walk. Ground ball. Lewis. 1 down. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. By the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, deals so right they almost feel wrong, only at your local Hyundai dealer. And by the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining your win.
Wow, Rock Carew. He hit a little bit, huh?
A lot of MVPs there.
Well, we had to put Phil Rizzuto to bring him back to the game after the Lightning earlier.
That's right. Now, you also saw Harmon Killebrew. Now, we all know that the logo in the NBA is Jerry West.
Yeah.
The logo in MLB is Harmon Killebrew.
Yeah, I did read that.
And the beautiful thing about the MLB logo is that the way you look at it could be right-handed or left-handed.
Yeah, I always thought that was cool. And you see the old guys, no batting gloves, no nothing. Just go up there, grab a bat, and hit it.
Line drive caught by Lee. 2 away as Goldsmith's 0 for 4.
Oh, this is a good at-bat for Jazz. He's had some good swings early in the game, just missed a home run. You get 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. You can try to, you know, really zone in on one area and try to do something with it.
Jazz 0 for 3. The crowd of 45,104, almost everyone has stayed because there's a big fireworks display after tonight's game. Bednar continues to warm, so he'll pitch the 9th inning. It's right now a save situation. And there's the logo with Harmon. And there he is.
And that was a guy they nicknamed Killer. And, he was a big guy, but do you imagine him standing next to Aaron Judge? I mean, he looked tiny.
So Harmon Killebrew, Killer, was 6'0", 195.
Judge is what, 6'7", 280?
Yep. Well, Frank Howard was Judge's size.
Yes.
Ground ball. Backhanded nicely by Clemens. Gets up, fires. And Orsi works a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 9th. Bednar will try to close it out.
Kitty, Jim Cott.
There you go.
Kitty was my idol up here. I never told him, but he was just Saturday night or Saturday day baseball afternoon game. Just his voice just reminded me of baseball.
Pitches to Willie Davis, who grounds to Minshew. And Cott covers the bag.
Won a lot of Gold Gloves. 16. You actually sounded a little annoyed that they didn't know it. I would have been.
Who's that guy next to him?
Somebody a lot younger than the guy now. David Bednar's in. And Caratini takes one. Now, Bednar has not pitched since Sunday. So, it's a long rest. He was off on paternity leave, and he was activated yesterday. So 2-0. There's a strike. Caratini has driven him one of the 2 runs. An RBI single left in the 4th. Clemens has the other run with the home run in the 1st. Two and 2. Drone working overtime. A view through the letters. 2-2. Swing and a miss on the splitter. One away. Well, fans, stay tuned for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Justin Shackle, Jack Curry, and Dylan Betances bring the fireworks in the studio. Meredith Morakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Here's Kreidler. 0-3.
If he watched,
and that is challenged there by Wells. It was called the ball. Didn't get it right.
New York has 1 remaining.
If you watch Bednar recently, he's really gotten away from the curveball, and it's kind of become much more just fastball, split finger. He's thought early in the year that with that grip on his curveball, it's almost telegraphing. Because he had his, it wasn't a normal grip. He had his thumb all the way off the ball. And sometimes as a hitter with that different of a grip, you can actually pick it up.
The Yankees have 5 runs tonight. This is the first time they scored 5 runs since June 19th against Cincinnati. A 5-0 win behind Schlittler. And the reason we mentioned that was the win that immediately preceded this 2-10 stretch where their offense has gone south. Now, the Yankees have lost 7 in a row, and the Rays just won tonight, and the Rays have won 9 in a row. They just beat the Astros 3-1. 1-2. 2 more games against the Twins, and then to end the first half, they end on the road. 4 games in St. Pete against the Rays, and then 3 games in D.C. against the Nats.
Well, the last thing you can do is worry about Tampa Bay the way they're playing. When you're going through a losing streak, you worry about yourself.
Did he go? Oh, yes, he went. There was the curveball. 2 away.
Yeah, late in the count, he did go with the curveball off the plate away and got a swing.
And the Twins are down to their final out. Here's Tristan Gray, who's 0 for 3. Oh and 1.
Like I said, he's kind of bagged that curveball, Mike. He's throwing it every pitch, huh?
Maybe he's picking up the broadcast on the pitch count.
Just want to show you something.
I'll show O'Neill. One and 1. Two and 1. And the Twins down to their final strike. Yankees 1 strike away from ending this losing streak. And the pitch. Fouled away. Yankees are looking for that called strike, and they're going to challenge it, thinking that maybe they got it.
You see kind of a smirk. Also, who else knows?
Pitch to the ball. New York has none remaining.
Yankees are out of challenges now. The Yankees win 5-2, and the 7-game nightmare is over, and they can finally shake hands after a game.
Well, it seems like it's been a while, but the day off must have helped. And Grisham back in the lineup, McMahon back in the lineup, Bednar back in the lineup to close it out. Things look a little bit better than they did a couple days ago, but you can't blink. You're right back at it tomorrow on July 4th.
Well, the fireworks, well, that came in the form of Trent Grisham and Ben Rice. Grisham missing 18 games, during which time the Yankees were 7-11. He comes back, connects for a home run in the first inning, makes a nice play in center field, and the Yankees win this one by a score of 5-2. So finally, in the winning column. Can they make it 2 in a row? Well, stay tuned.